Ladies and gentlemen, welcome! I'm DigitalCasts. Of course, joining me tonight is CrashOBS, not from Map 1, Map 2 maybe, Map 3 probably not, but at least he's here to do the observing, so thank you very much. Okay, now to the topic at hand. This will be an LPL Evolution Best of 3 series for Valorant, and tonight it will be Wheels versus 95X. These two teams, they are in Evolution, and 95X, I haven't really kept track of their progress, but Wheels, I can tell you that for sure. They started off in LPL Open, went to Amateur, and now they've finally made it into Evolution. A team of very strong players. They've had a small roster change over time, but nonetheless, the core has been mostly their active shooter, Billet, Chizé, Fulvis, Mega, and Zimbat44. It's great to see them here, and also, I just want to point out, in the Evolution bracket, we are looking at Group 2, first and third seed in this matchup. Wheels, 16-20 Kings, and then 95X. Granted though, the season has only just started, so there is still a lot of time and room for an upset, potentially. But hey look, enough of me talking, let's see what's happening with the players right now. We're waiting for them just to join the lobby, and, you know, OC things, players aren't always on time, it is what it is, so you have to listen to me talk for a little bit longer. But at least I can check the vetoes for you guys. Hopefully it has been done. If not, then I'll be looking real dumb here on stream. Worst case, I'll call for another break. I don't want to. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, however, just then I came from casting Meta HSC Valorant. That was fun. So yeah, guys, if any of you are actually still in high schools across OCE and you want to compete with inter-school leagues, check that out. Meta HSC Valorant. Although it may be a little bit too late, at least for this season. There's always next season, because the final few teams will go to LAN in Sydney. That's what I've been told, at the very least. Evolution, LPL, it's a little bit more competitive. But at least, when you make it through up the ladder, you go to Evolution. And then, if you make it to the very top, you get invited into Legends. And that's when you'll have real, organizations where we're scouting you out, looking at the players, maybe pick up a whole player roster. And then, yeah, you'll be signed, have a small salary of sorts, and it'll give you more motivation to play and grind Valorant. Regardless, finally though, we are seeing the players starting to join in. Thankfully, 95X, let's see what the roster is like tonight. We are seeing Burke, ADHD 1080p, Leyline, Beja, and Air. Meanwhile, for Wheels actually, despite what their roster says on LPL, I'm seeing in the server, Fulvis, Chizé, Mega Milkers 69, Beer, and the last player? No idea. I guess we'll find out soon. But yeah, guys, I'm going to start the predictions as well in just a moment, just in case before I forget. So do predict, and you can probably win some points. You can redeem it for either a hydrate for me or a flex. Granted, it's pretty cold right now, and my muscles, they've shrunk a little bit, so don't get your hopes up too high. Just waiting on the final player to come. Let me check. And also in the chat there, I just had Mega Milkers 69 ask me, do I remember who he is? To which I reply, hell no, because I don't know that name. I'll find out though. I'll find out who. Okay, never mind. It's Nardo Uzmuke. I remember this guy. So it looks like the Wheels roster hasn't changed at all. It's still a core 5. It's still a core 5 or 6 players with a sub or 2. It's good to see, a group of friends. They've come all the way from LPL Open, all the way up to the top, almost of at least Valorant LPL Open, the LPL leagues. But yeah, just one more player. Come on, guys. Otherwise, I will have to cut to a short break, which I don't want to do. But that's what happens when you run out of content to talk about. Because there's not much to talk about. This is LPL Evolution. Usually, though, I would have Crash to talk to me a little bit, but he is muted just for map 1, so observing's alright. Okay, finally, the players are in, and let's get them ready. Let's ask right now, and I hope they will be able to play. Of course, I just need to check the vetoes once again. Once again, guys, if you are going to be playing a game, and it's an official, be sure you're on time and do the vetoes early. It makes our jobs and lives so much easier. I'm hoping to have done it. I'm just waiting to see. Vetoes. Come on. How I look, by the way. Over the weekend when lockdown started, Keels, they had a deal, and I bought some skincare stuff because, man, it's just bad being locked in all the time. face mask as well. Makes your entire T-zone just pimply. Okay, finally. It will be Haven to start things off. I'll check the videos afterwards, but we will be starting first on Haven. Let's get right into it, because I'm done talking to you guys. Let's see the agent pick'ems. Alright, 95X now, starting off on the defense, and it will be Wheels on the attack. So while they are picking, I'll take this chance as well to update the graphics. Because, as always, guys, please don't leave these things last minute. It makes my life hell. But however, looking at the picks right now, I do like what 95X have chosen. The Astra and of course Phoenix. And as Crash would always say, if you see Phoenix, at least on Haven, always be farming those Ult Orbs, at least on the attack side. It makes your life a lot easier. And obviously having the running back up all the time, it gives you that essential 6th man advantage. And well, I'll update the graphics for Wheels. What's the abbreviation for Wheels? Wheels? Wheel. Alright, that's good. Finally, we are into the meat and bones of it. Camera controls handed over, of course, to the best Valorant observer OCE. It will be Crash. And let's see what happens. Okay, so now, finally, I can focus. Talking about the attack side, which will be Wheels. Nothing really stands out to me. It's interesting to see Bearer on the Brimstone as opposed to perhaps Omen or Astra. I suppose on a map as open as Haven, you can utilize the post-plant mollies to great extent. Fulvus, of course, as Killjoy. That's nice to see. Chizé, Jet, Mega Milkers 69, or Nardo. I'm just calling them Mega Milkers. On Sova, a quintessential agent pick, at least on Haven. Active shooter on Breach. I like what we're seeing. And already, before the first map, the first round starts, we are having a tech pause. Come on, guys. Alright, but 95X, I spoke about them earlier. A Cypher as opposed to Killjoy on Bezier. I suppose the traps and camera, it's good for intel and playing offside over to A or C. Rather versatile. And if anything, I'll probably prefer Cypher over Killjoy on Haven. Granted, Killjoy's ultimate, it is rather beneficial, but really you see it mostly active over towards the A side. C and B, lesser so. But Cypher, the traps, you can be present across such a big map in multiple areas, just having util. But Bezier, I do believe he was on a duelist in the past. Don't quote me on this. Or maybe Omen when he was in the Events Over Time League, the Journeyman League, way back then. Air on the duelist, pretty good. True to his name. Double duelist though. On the defense, I'm hoping they can do some pretty good damage. And of course, combo with Burke's Astra util. And of course, this tech pause just taking a little bit longer. And once again, things are getting a little bit quiet. So I may just talk about perhaps the weather or something, which by the way, guys, in Melbourne, it's been absolutely crazy. Personally, I live in Docklands, and last night when I was walking the dog, I was essentially doing the Michael Jackson walk, the Michael Jackson lean, walking along the docks. The wind was just so large, and if I don't walk strongly, I'm just gonna get blown over. Oh, speaking of which, the predictions as well. Okay, now what's going on? These players, they're DCing. So, guys, I do think we'll have to cut to a short breather before I finally check out what's happening in the game, because 4 players have left. So, guys, stick around. We will be back in just a brief moment. Okay, psych, that timer, it was a joke, because as soon as we leave, the players are ready again. LPL, OCE, Evo games. Come on, guys! Finally, we're in here, and then once again, they lock in the agent picks. Oh, I hope we won't run into any more troubles this time, because this is not what I expected. The game has been meant to start at 8 o'clock, by the way. We're 13 minutes late from map 1. But it's okay, it's okay. We are surviving. I'm staying calm. Although, people wanted to see my dog earlier in the chat. Kuzon, by the way, shoutouts. He does some casting as well, community caster. Young kid on the up and coming. Observing, he dabbles in that just a bit. And hopefully, we will see more of him in the future. Although, a dog cam. I don't think it's available right now because my dog is just hiding under the blankets. Alright, finally, we're through, and now we can just see what's happening in between these teams. Oh dear, dear, dear. Please, no one DC this time. Okay, Wheels, early on, I don't think they were angling over towards the A site in the past, but this time though, look at it, just to play default on the attack at the very least. Once again, on Haven, attack-sided map, 3 spike sites, the defense is stretched thin, and the ult orbs, at least the C one, does favor the attackers, the A one, bit of both. But okay, A site, Beja, going really aggressive down A long, just to get some early intel and peek to come through, potentially. Fulvus though, gonna work mid. Beja, warning shots, and will fall back, while Chize, off of his cloud burst, does manage to take A long control just for the time being. Wheels. Poking and prodding, just being really slow here on Haven. Playing their defaults. You don't want to underestimate the enemy team too much. 95x, air on a high angle, gets the ding, confirms the kill as an active shooter. One duelist, in fact, okay, one duelist for Wheels already 6 feet under. Beirut by himself though, working his way into garage. Oh, got a little bit dangerous there. Beja, meanwhile, over towards A, chimes in, takes down Chize. Mega Milkers finally chimes back, but make no mistake, Wheels, they're already down a player and still peeking individually. Fulvus does manage to win against Burke, so there will be no Astra Util on the defensive retake. Spike, however, over towards B window, nowhere near the site. Beja. Quick peek there, and Beirut takes his head clean off. So far, this round's going really slow, one of the slowest pistol rounds I've ever seen. But now Wheels, they've managed to make a 3v1. Spike is down, Leyline sort of pinched between two sides of the players. Taking advantage of the timing, gets the headshot in the nick of time. 1v2 now, they know exactly where he is, and he has to strike fast before Mega Milkers gets back up. Not that he needs it, because Mega Milkers triple kill for him, and the Spike plant as well. He's already 4 out of 7 charges for the Hunter's Fury. Pretty good pistol round going the way of Wheels. So now, Mega Milkers, he's already 4 out of 7 for his ultimate. I would suppose we should be seeing him get the C-Long Orb time and time again to at least charge up the Hunter's Fury early on. The earlier you have it, the more of an advantage you'll be at. But also I want to point out, really interesting buy coming out from Wheels. Everyone has full armor, but it's 2 Ghosts and 3 Spectres. It was actually more Ghosts earlier on. Meanwhile, 95x, bit of an investment there onto air. The Marshall, he has to land a headshot though, or do some damage for his team. Chize, once again, taking a long control. I think the gravity well early on stunned him just a moment, but it's not enough to slow him down. Beja, he's not detected. Okay, they saw him, He hits a shorty and still gets the kill onto Fulvus, but he's trapped in the corner. Shot darts on Mega Milkers. You only need one to end his life. Indeed, poor Beja and overall Wheels just literally stomping over the A sites. The defenders, they've lost their players. 2v4 now on the retake. Leyline, shot dart onto default, although it's tad too late, I would have liked to think. Doesn't really get anything. Chize probably heard a few gunshots from different spawns, spraying blindly, gets that kill once more. Zol down to lonely last Sova. Leyline, okay, great shot, takes down Mega Milkers, but Chize is already on the flank. The shot dart buys him some space to work with, and it does seem like my graphics driver just crashed again. You were joking. Oh no, psych, we back. It hitched for a moment. NVIDIA, please! Leyline, still trying to get a few more kills. He's bought enough time, and he's done some damage as well. This was a bonus round, okay, not a bonus round, but the second round buy coming out from Wheels, and I lost 3 players. So this bonus is gonna be a little bit weak here. Leyline, doing good work, just trying to hold on and doing some damage. If he could keep the last 2 attackers on the site there when the spike exploded, it would have been more value for money. But now Wheels, it's going to have to be a pretty average bonus buy versus a full buy for 95x. Mega Milkers though, like I said earlier, he's charged up the Hunter's Fury, fully available to use, but the question is, does he pop it this round? I don't think so. Recon arrows get traded over towards A long. They don't get much intel off of it though, although the orb, at least A, will be secured by the Sova.
Placing swarm grenade.
Wheels off of a better buy. Once again on the default, angling more towards B and C. Power drone from Mega Milkers, at least they know there's one over towards the garage walkway there, and oh, so much util being expended, and ADHD to come out on top. A nice spray with the Phantom, takes down Fulvis. So the flanks now for Wheels are open to an extent. No post plant, Killjoy util as well to play with. And Wheels, they are still insistent on going over to a C take. The recon now gets popped, ADHD holding on for dear life, getting a second. Finally they trade back. This bonus round so far, so good! Double 2 frags now, C-side's open, numbers are even, and they have rifles to play with. The spike should be able to go down, but Leyline, the shot dart lineups onto default, takes down Chizay. Once again, Wheels on the man, disadvantage, but make no mistake, as long as they can get the spike down, they could have a chance to swing things around. The recon arrow though, won't help at all. 95X Air knows exactly where they are. Double kill for him, he finally chimes in. And finally, one on the board for 95X. They strike back. Burke, look, we are only 3 rounds in. I won't talk about any of the the KDs right now, this early on. But Wheels, that bonus was pretty good, all things considered. 2 kills, maybe 3, if I remember correctly. Okay, probably wrong. But now they've done their damage, and this will basically put the economy of 95X on a slight teetering edge there, to an extent. They can afford to buy into the next round, at least a few other players. But this is by no means a small investment. Though the ultimates, both Sovas have their Hunter's Furies, and both Jets as well. Chizay, he popped the blades, ADHD just out of vision for the time being, and now he's secured the runner back. Active shooter, great punish onto Air, who peeked out a little bit aggressively, I would say, to get some intel, but couldn't dash away in time.
Cage triggered.
This time Wheels, once again man advantage, C sites looking ripe for the taking. Beja, lying in wait. Orb control, time and time again, you love seeing it. And Beer, that shot was dangerously close to the recon, to the Cypher Trap. Beja, okay, you whip that kill, and now you have to fall back off of the sights. Wheels, they're not convinced just yet. They think there's more, rotations have come through. While Chizay working over towards B, he has to check his corners. It's a 50-50 angle, and there's no flashes or Sky util to sort of get him in there. Heard the run around, but Chizay looks the wrong way, gets punished. Yeah, Burke, the patience does pay off. Beja, 1 for 1. And Wheels, finally, the Sova has worked his way onto the C side, and the spike should be ferried there as well. The defense is still angling over towards B. B connector. Mega Milker is trying to do all the work for his team right now, checking every single angle. Nice recon arrow. I like the ricochet, although it does get popped instantly. Good fake plant to bait out 2 ultimates, although Leyline does get the kill, gets the second, and ADHD, dear me, all he has to do is stay alive, guard the sights, because Beeru, 10 seconds left, probably gonna have to be a save. 1 on 3, it's not gonna happen, because all the defenders, they work their way onto the C sites, and wow, very slow round here, but nicely played by 95X. They played together as a team, they didn't really overcommit, and used the ultimates to win the round. 2-2. Alright, okay. 95X, now, going off of my memory, they dabbled in the Valorant scene a long time ago. Things didn't really go too well, but now it's good to see them. Finally, they've worked their way into Evolution. Same thing goes for Wheels. So, if anything, as much as I hate to say it, I think this could be a 3-mapper. These 2 teams thus far looking relatively even. Very disciplined. Yeah, disciplined to an extent, just don't mind Chizay earlier there, pushing onto B site with that much intel. And they are playing this smartly. So, if mid and C didn't quite work, go back to defaults. And Chizay, once again, gets picked off by Air. Bit of a jet difference, as much as I can say. Also, I forgot to mention as well, this is an eco. Sheriff's mostly for Wheels. And Air, he's done more damage, it will fall back. No heals and Wheels to bail out the raise. It's already a 1-shot from death. Nicely played there. Passes his Vandal to Mega Milkers. Another Sharpie on the team of Wheels. Let him do some damage. See what he can do. Granted, he has no armor, so once again, it's a bit risky there. Leyline, I like to think that that's a recon arrow. The attack one comes through, and Air, he's hiding inside his util. It does get one. Gets traded out though. And ADHD has arrived. Wheels the bleeding players one at a time. Active shooter already so low. That shot that could end him potentially. Okay, no. He just narrowly dodged death. But at the same time, Mega Milkers. Great shot dart. Takes down ADHD, but he's so low. Active shooter worked his way out onto the side. Has to plant the spike though. Thankfully, there's not much util, offensively at least, to deny him of the plant. But 3v2, which is the last two players, the attackers are so low, they have to land strong headshots. And Mega Milkers, yeah, 1 on 3 now. He's being boxed in. 8 bullets in the magazine. Jumping mid-air kill by Burke. That's a little bit disrespectful. But hey, 95X, they take the lead. And Leyline there through the X-ray. A little bit of tactical crouching as well.
It is over.
Okay, so 95X, they've taken the lead now. The first 2 rounds was looking, I wouldn't say rough for them, but it was slow. And now they've managed to establish control, at least, of the game. Economy is building up, and they have ultimates again. Air still holding onto the Blade Storms, perfect to pair with the Operator right now. Beja, Neural Theft, quite situational. You need a dead body and fresh kill to really use it. And Wheels, their economy, it's getting a little bit risky now. They've lost 3 rounds back to back. Thankfully, they have 3 ultimates to play with, and Air off of the smoke on the high angle gets one ultimate. Mega Milkers even managed to leg the Brimstone. Great start thus far for 95X. Chizé once again over towards B, and Burke, same old game. Patience. He has to wait. So far, ADHD though, right next door, neighbors with active shooter. Doesn't quite react in time. He will go down. Showstopper being popped, alright, okay. And the Killjoy lockdown, just to clear A. Double ultimates invested, a little bit much, but I suppose if it works, it works. They managed to isolate Burke over towards backside. I think they know exactly where he is. The barrel's spotted, and Burke, not long for this world. Chizé was the one to capitalize. 95X now, 2v3, but the health pool, they are actually much stronger. 2 full health players versus 2 one-shots. Air going aggressive with the blades. He can land the right clicks, checking those angles. Misses the shots, and full of his point blank executes him. Leyline has to do it all. 1 on 3. If he clutches this, I'll be very surprised. A single shot dart, honestly, could make all the difference there. But there's 2 players around there, just aiming down the sights. Great execution. Knows where the Killjoy is, I would hope, but Fulvis gets the last 2 kills. Nicely done. He used the Killjoy lockdown that round. I think he got the plants as well, but now he's already 3 out of 7 for the lockdown. Again, numbers still even, 3 on 3. Wheels is not letting 95X get any form of a lead. And also the economy for both sides here, it's back and forth, really. No team is able to build up anything too strong. As soon as you think that one team has the advantage, no, the other team strikes back. At least that's what I'm getting the vibes off this early on. Okay, Wheels, I like this. They've adapted, they're learning from their mistakes. Don't peek C long dry. Use util first, and Mega Milkers gets 1 kill. Beja off of his Hunter's Fury. Although, Air, you do have the Marshal trying to do some damage. Gets a tag at the very least before he goes down. Over towards A long though, I think Cypher, I do believe, lost the duel against Chizé. C, Air is a solid defender. Oh, bit of a lineup there, I think, indeed. Gets 1 kill and manages to tag the other. Meanwhile, active shooter, the patience does pay off. Catches Burke, lurking. 4v1 now, and Wheels, they've managed to swing the tides back into their favor. Oh, that's a nice recon arrow, and Leyline, as soon as he pops it, everyone knows exactly where he is. They're getting thirsty for the kill now. The wide swing, active shooter comes out on top. Wheels, 4-3. They take the round advantage. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm being rude here, but I'm really liking what's coming out from both teams right now. They're playing very disciplined, and if anything, they're playing together well as a team. Wheels, earlier on, we saw them get punished picking C long. I think it was 2 rounds in the past. you know, when they picked C long, they got punished. They either got picked off or they got damaged heavily. But now they're starting to throw util out there. And we look over to C long again. It should be the exact same story. They want to get the ult orb, but it's the owl drone to peek first. Very nicely done. Adapting to exactly how 95X like to play. Although over towards mid there, active shooter peeked the window and he receives a sheriff shot to the head. 95X on the eco. If anything, Wheels, you can't help but favor them to take this round again. As well as this, Wheels, the discipline they're showing right now, they're very, very confident that they are playing against an eco. That's why they're just taking this round so slowly. Working around the map, getting default, making sure there's no aggressive push to come out from the defenders. A site does seem to be the final strike of choice. Leyline sitting there with the judge though. We know how deadly that gun is, but he needs backup if he wants to use it. Having to check two angles at once is quite rough. He's in the aware that Chize's already worked his way onto the site and does get executed. That judge, yeah, it's not gonna receive any. It's not gonna dish out any death sentences. Sorry. Chize around the corner, util to come through, and now Mega Milkers with the shock dart. It does do some damage, but he has a big rifle to play with. Does go down to Beja though. Burke jumps out to his death. Air whiffs a few shots, and Wheels losing only one player. They come out on top, 5-3. 95X, you've lost more or less a few rounds now. 3 back-to-back. They are able to fully invest into this one now. You have the runner back available, possibly for a retake. Cosmic Divide as well on Burke. But 95X Air, in reinvesting the $5,000 50 cal, it has to pay off dividends. And this time, no one, Chize, nowhere near A long. He fired off a warning shot as well, and it makes me wonder, did the attacker's Wheels hear where it was being shot from? Because they showed aggression over towards C, stole the ult orb, played around mid, and now they are going back to A, their preferred site to hit. Look at the teamwork as well, they're playing so well together. Owl drone to guide Chize through, and they know exactly where the operator is. Even gets a ping off of it.
You should run.
Leyline as well. Just trying to hold on, but now the Killjoy lockdown is being invested by the attackers. Air, he has to back off, and Wheels, they're biding their time. Now they choose their time to strike with a few seconds left on the lockdown timer. Great recon arrow at least, just to clear the angle over towards heaven. A shock dart just to be sure. Wheels, my god, they have been running some scrims or strats. Oh, shock dart onto Leyline, who narrowly dodges it. There is the retake ultimate available, by the way, Cosmic Divide, and now ADHD pops the runner back. Curveball to come through, has to check so many angles, it's a bit of a 50-50, and gets destroyed instantly. The retake just not being able to happen. One by one, Wheels are getting all the kills coming out on top. Chize, the shock dart. Oh, couldn't quite dodge it in time, it was 5 HP. Numbers at least have been equalized, although ADHD is on the side. Fulvis very close. The lockdown, I mean, the orbital strike does get invested. It doesn't secure a kill, but it does allow Fulvis to finally strike. There is the post-plant. Molly, I don't really think it's needed though. That is one hell of a nerdy lineup. But it is Fulvis to get the final kill, and Wheels still on top. Oh dear.
Last player standing.
In the nick of time, Wheels, they didn't actually run off of the side, and the last 2 players, they do go down, they do go down with the ship. But, you know, they won the round, and the economy now really starting to build up for one side. 95X, not worrying at all. Ultimates, they are cycling them, that's good as well. Fulvis, he used the Killjoy lockdown, and once again, 3 out of 7, the very round after. They should be looking to at least farm him the ult points, if not, at least get it onto Mega Milkers. 95X, back on the eco. Oh dear, it's gonna be difficult, and Beja had the right idea playing up close and personal with the Sheriff. Missed the shots though, and the Tracers gave his positioning away. ADHD now, trying to get some retribution for his teammate, although I don't think he can get anything happen. Great shot! Has to land the second! And it's a 1-for-1 trade. Wheels still on top. The doubling the manpower of what 95X has right now. Chize, he's worked his way onto the A site. The A specialist, you could say, for Wheels. Spike goes down, alright. Now, 95X, the last 2 players, they maybe can pick up one rifle over towards C long, but everyone else, damage is the best thing they can hope for. Damage is good. Burke now, one shot. Both players one shot. It just comes down to who has the faster trigger finger. And Burke runs out mid towards the wrong way there. Ley line, 1-on-2 over towards window. Gets the dink, but Biru to get the quadra, and now Wheels starting to build up a little bit of a commanding lead. 7-3. Air reinvesting onto the operator, and I hate to say this, but we haven't been really seeing a lot of value coming out from the operator because Wheels, they're starting to adapt to exactly how Air is playing, either towards A long or over towards C. They use utility first, and then they flush them out. So if anything, you know, it really reminds me of how Fnatic played against Sentinels over in Masters. As soon as both sides, the Jets realized the operator was being countered, they dropped it ASAP. Although Air, straight bullet! Oh no! He had the flick in the last second there, and he does miss. Active shooter, taking advantage of the distractions, manages to worm his way over towards Garage, opening frag onto Cypher. So much positioning and map control has been gained now by Wheels as they work their way over towards A. And the defense, you know, this is why Haven is such an attack-sided map. The defense, it spreads so thin. They don't know where to play. They have to play defensively over towards B, over towards C, and over towards A. Finally, Smokes goes down ADHD, making a more certain call. He's hearing footsteps onto the site, and his teammates are rotating over. Giving Killjoy the spike plan as well, that's good. The ley line does deny it with the Hunter's Fury. Does do some damage, but it's not enough. Active shooter on the lurk picks up a kill. One by one, the defenders are falling. Fulvus, Killjoy, Util is down as well. It's just a buy time.
No charges left.
Nice, a shot by Leyline to clear the corner, although I'm not too certain what the other one was for. Interesting. Up towards short, Chizay off angle there, clean headshot onto ADHD. The clap back by Leyline. The time pressure is against them. Spike is sticking away. Chizay, he repositions. Straight bullet to come through. And Jet dropping down. Sharp flick. Chizay runs out of ammo. Leyline, 1-on-2. The molly comes through, and Leyline, oh, you gotta be joking, right? He could stick this. Gets the kill to Biru. He can stick this all the way. Hunter's Fury. Oh, gets the kill in the nick of time. And Wheels, they just are not letting up.
Last round in the
So if anything, you know, I think just there for Biru, he may have to revise the molly lineup. Either that or the plant position has to be dead set. More towards either the left or center. Because as you can see there, the positioning wasn't quite right. Things got a little bit dicey there, but Wheels, they still came out on top. $95X, last round of the first half, and you know, as much as I hate to say it, when you see a Bulldog and Ares come out, that ain't good. That's signaling a little bit of the end of times there. Wheels thus far on the attack, just proving to be so flawless. The defaults are working out, the initial frags are working out, they're playing together as a team, and oh, the shoulder of Burke got spotted, and he ought to get stinked to basically one shot. 95X, they's getting tossed around and getting punished. Okay, so the gravity well, it sucks a boombot as well. Interesting to know. Killjoy lockdown gets invested. Air has to go huge here, but who do you shoot? There's two players, and of course there's a Killjoy lockdown. Tried to go for a hero play, it didn't pay off. Now Burke, yeah, good luck. He gets kept on site, and Mega Milker's easy frag for him, delivered on a silver platter. Active shooter on the flank, gets one for himself, trying to spray through. ADHD, he could get knifed at this point, although he does fall back out of the smoke here. Has to land that frag, he does it. Active shooter with the execution. 1-on-3 now. Leyline, it's all on you, buddy. He did isolate the spike though over towards short, so he can actually get a secondary frag. Active shooter, I think, is aware indeed. Pops the showstopper. Leyline, you gotta be careful, buddy. Okay, active shooter. He didn't check his corner. A little bit of undisciplined of a play there.
Spike planted.
Now the spike's down. 45 seconds for him to play with. He has the recon arrow, but the players, they're not playing together for Wheels.
Scanning ahead.
Recon arrow, and there should be a strike back of sorts. Oh, what a jump, that movement by Chizay up over towards heaven. We saw the exponential curve, and Leyline, before he could even react, there were too many things on screen, well timed by Wheels. The recon arrow comes through, that was exactly where Leyline was aiming. And then Chizay dashed right out, He gets confused and gets taken down. Wheels ending the first half with a commanding lead, 9-3. If you can look actually on the leaderboard right now, that is, wow, seven rounds back to back, all clean as hell. 95X, oh, well, you know, it's an understatement. It's an understatement to say they need the pistol round, but if it does happen, good for them. I don't think Wheels, though, they will be letting up anytime soon, because as far as we've seen, they are unrelenting.
Now, where to set up shop?
Looks to be a C split to come out from 95X, and Wheels edging quite a few defenders over towards that angle as well. Oh dear me, Beer the traces. 95X, they just gunned him down through the smoke. Sharp tap by Chizay though. Numbers still even 3-on-3. The defenders putting in a lot of work. Active shooter, jumping a gun a little bit through the cage there, and Leyline takes his head off. Plant to go down, and the firewall up by ADHD. Although the shot dart makes Leyline eat it. A second one to come through, I think. No, it doesn't come. Mega Milk is saving it for some reason. Oh, okay, that bounce, I think it did do damage to air. The last 3 defenders, 2 are so low. Air, he's not spotted just yet. Swings off of his player's engagement. Mega Milker is 1-on-3. Good intel. And 95X, they're being so disciplined as well. There's lying in wait. Great flick! But the dink he received in return was his undoing. He just couldn't do it. And wow, 95X, they do get the pistol round. Things are starting to look a little bit brighter. $95X, of course, when you win the pistol round, you have to take advantage of that win. Buy up full armor, Spectres all the way, and just go hard, fast, and dirty. Make your running guns work for you. And interestingly enough, on the eco, it's going to be more of a bit of a default play coming through from Wheels. Not quite what I expected. Although Beerus managed to worm his way down C long, but did he get spotted? That's the question. I think they know exactly where he is. The Nova Pulse stun, it missed him, but 95X air, he cleared the angle, and they will be starting to work their way onto the C sites. Dashing on, as a Jet should, a spike in hand as well. Should be able to secure the plant while Fulvis strikes onto a lurking Beja. Numbers, once again, back to even.
Spike planted.
Chizay, he's been taking that down so low. Mega Milker with the shock dart, and that's okay. It doesn't really go anywhere. I had high hopes. And Active Shooter does punish the player over towards Garage there. If anything, oh dear me, 95X, the bleeding place. All down to lone player now. 1-on-2. Leyline gets one, hits the land the second shot. He's missing, and Chizay comes out on top. Oh no, not like this. This is a highway of robbery. 95X, they needed to win that second round, and they just got ecoed by Wheels.
I could not have made that easier.
Oh dear. Oh dear. If you're 95X right now, you have to be starting to feel a little bit concerned because that ain't it, man. That ain't it. Your economy on the back foot. Wheels, they've taken control now of the second half. 2 rifle buys. 3, I take it back. 4. Oh my god, don't do this to me, guys. Please. And they're starting to charge up the ultimates as well. Leyline, 1 off of the Hunter's Fury for 95X, but can he get it? That's the problem. Burke, the Nebula, it doesn't stop Wheels at all. Chizay leading the charge and gets the kill into Burke. Great start. Okay, Air does strike back, takes out an Active Shooter over towards the Garage. At least we are seeing some aggression from 95X. A rifle in Air's hands, but he's just so pinched in from 3 separate angles. Full was playing off of the alarm bot. I like that positioning as well. It forces Beja to stare down the ground. Air gets flushed over towards Biru and he gets taken down. 95X stands to the last 2 players. Pistols to work with. Sheriffs though. And look where the Killjoy is for Wheels. Over towards Heaven, just lying in wait. Letting his util do the work for him. There's no reason for him to peek. Okay, no. He's in hell. I thought he was in heaven. Recognized by Leyline. Oh, and Fulvis hides. 95X have no idea. They have to clear the angle. Clean headshot. 1 and done. Leyline. You will take some damage, I'm assuming. I'm just gonna land the clean headshot, but there's a turret as well you have to worry about. They know exactly where he is. Good shock dart. And Fulvis not convinced. Tries to lock down the angle, but he does damage. Leyline, 19 HP now. There's no way he clutches this round out.
30 seconds.
That's a nerdy as hell lineup.
Spike planted.
Okay, Spike does get planted, but Mega Milkers confirms the round win at the very least. But 95X, all things considered, despite losing their second round,
You failed.
not a bad eco. They got 3 kills, took 3 rifles, more or less. 3 rifles out of their hands, 2 rifles out of the hands of Wheels, and now you have the Spike to play with. So for them, this is their chance at redemption. The full buy and 2 ultimates, soon to be 3 to play with. ADHD especially, 1 off of the runner back. As soon as he grabs it, we should be seeing 95X on the offensive.
Revealing area.
Although, I completely understand why Bearer on Wheels, he's really using the Brimstone on this map. He's practiced his lineups, and well done. You've done your research, it's paying off. Although Fulvis managed to work his way, oh dear, over towards Suwas there. I don't think anyone knows exactly where he is. Chizay, 1v1 versus Air, showing up the jet difference. Fulvis, oh, choosing the wrong time to walk out and leyline. Sharp flick, gets the trade back. No Killjoy used over towards A now. Chizay has to hold the angle down, uses 2 blades, 2 left. And the runner back does get invested. Chizay runs for his life. Smart play. Play for the retake. Play with your team. ADHD. He's going to go super aggressive now. Uses both, okay, curveballs. And he does actually get a kill onto Biru. So there's no smokes now for Wheels on the retake. No post plants, sorry, Molly, which does get used early on. I missed that completely. Still, man, disadvantage. And Mega Milkers, he does get dunked on the head by the hot hands. This retake just slows down for the time being. Active shooter flies right out, and Burke takes him down out of the air. Beja cleans up. Alright, 95X. This is looking good for them now. They're striking back. You won the first round, you lost the next 2, but now you've won the 4th. You're starting to swing things back into your side, getting a little bit more momentum, but your economy, it's still relatively weak. You have to be very careful here. Play almost flawlessly, because bear in mind, they are still 6 rounds behind Wheels. Every little bit counts right now. 95X though, they do have the ultimate advantage. Burke, Cosmic Divide along with Leyline's Hunter's Fury. I'm expecting him to use it post plants. I don't really see 95X being the kind of team that uses it early round aggressive. But I could be wrong. Mega Milkers, I think he got dinked there slightly by Beja. Risky play. It didn't really pay off though. He got intel. Active shooter, off angle. Spots out ADHD first, but ADHD just had the better shots and the whiff from active shooter. Although ADHD, he doesn't have any healing util available for him. Biru, I think, does manage to take the gun off of his teammate's dead body. I'm sure he has a few smokes. They know he's in garage now. He's made the footsteps. Cosmic Divide is through, and the fire rate boost. He's holding this angle, waiting for a player to peek through. You can't wallbang through there because there's the Cosmic Divide, I think. Once the ultimate goes down though, Biru, he may be encountering into a firing squad. Puts a turret early on and gets destroyed instantly. Fulvis already on site. This is going to be an all-out brawl for C sites. ADHD, shoulder does get exposed. Sharper flick though, takes down Mega Milkers. Fulvis is already on the site, has to do damage now. Beja takes down Biru. Finally, Fulvis chimes in. 1-on-3 though. The hesitation did not pay off, although double headshots, that's clean. 1-on-2. 1 in the garage, and Fulvis has no idea. Air from behind strikes. And 95X, they're clawing their way back into this game. Okay, so Wheels on the second half. On the defense side, the weaker side of Haven, it doesn't look like they are slowing down just a little bit. Not quite able to get the aggression going to retake site there. They had, what was it, 3-4 players over towards C early on, but they just really couldn't capitalize. 1 by 1, they got picked off by 95X, and it all down to Fulvis, the last man left, trying to clutch things out, do some damage. Now, same story, 95X, they're farming the ult orbs over towards C-Long, getting ADHD to run it back on line as much as possible, and Chizay's AFK. That's not good. Bit of a page out of Wheels' playbook right now for 95X. Really slow map control default. Okay, Chize's back, and he has now a rifle in his hands to play with. Because the Brimstone Bearer one shot from death. No point in using it. He can be the bait. He can be the utility. Although over towards A sewers though, I think the Cypher. Yeah, he pops the alarm button and baits out a huge rotation. 95X, they're still over towards B and just not quite fast enough, or too fast really. 95X, they worked their way onto the site. Great gravity well, and ADHD, he gets 2 kills delivered to him on a platter. 1 by 1, Wheels getting picked off. Looking to be a flawless round thus far. Boom, it's 1 on 5 now. Has the ace to win it. Gets 1 and just gets outgunned. 95X looking so good now on the attack side. Right now for 95X, they've swung the momentum back in their favor. All the players now have money to play with, and there's 4 ultimates online. The Hunter's Fury by Leyline, not used just yet. ADHD has the runner back available. I want to see how he plays it. Although over towards Garage though, Chize with the hero by the operator, he can honestly do some early round damage and give his team the advantage, and Hot Hands forces him right back. Great read by 95X, expecting aggression out of Garage early on. Making Milkers with the early peek and ADHD with the punish. His teammates there now over towards window to lock down the angle. ADHD gets the second, and 1 by 1 Wheels, they're just feeding themselves to 95X. They took some 2 players over towards mid, so basically I think they should tell them that A side is relatively alone, because there's no reason really that C side is empty. Same thing goes for Garage. Spike goes down. 95X now, once again, looking to make this another flawless round. If anything, the operator on Chize probably should be saved. Good molly lineup. It actually covers the entirety of a default there. But once again, Wheels, they can't work their way onto the side. There's so much utility to play against. Active shooter. He may be able to get an opener here, as well as Biru with the sheriffs, but it's going to be difficult. Active shooter, great start. Takes down Air, although Burke does strike back. Biru just running himself at them. Get the kill. He gets nothing. He gets killed, and Chize, indeed, saving the operator. Alright, 95X. Looking really good now. 4 rounds back to back on the attack. Economy, not much to be said. Still holding on to their 4 ultimates. And Wheels, oh dear, they're charging up their power now. And this has to be the round in which they strike back. Because slowly but surely, 95X, they're clawing their way back into this game. They're within 3 rounds of equalizing. Wheels maybe feeling the pressure just slightly. But they aren't making any changes to their playstyle on defense. Still playing really safe, still playing default. I want to see them be a little bit more aggressive, say over towards C or over towards A sewers, especially as Chize on the jet. Go for the aggressive A sewers peak. ADHD pops the runner back, does get stunned though. Oh, and Chize, good reaction time. He knew he wouldn't come out on that engagement, just dashes out. Play the retake, 5 on 5.
Right here.
Hunter's Fury by Mega Milk. It does damage. Takes down Burke. Great start. There's no more Astra util for the attackers. Leyline finally saving that. Hunter's Fury puts it to good use. Lockdown does get destroyed, and damage is just a cherry on top. Tags Chize. Wheels though. Man advantage, making a mistake. Working his way onto the side. Air hiding inside his smoke. Gets himself a double. His job is done here. ADHD is just the cherry on top. Clean double flicks. And Chize, 1v3 man, not being able to land any shots. Wheels, everything's going downhill for them. The shotgun's getting dangerously close as well. Chize! Oh, he almost ate it. 52 HP. Things are getting too close. 1 bullet, misses it. He has to run now. Beja won't let him escape with his life. Chases him up for the punish, and that's the heavy investment gone. Oh, 95X, they're definitely coming back into this game. As well as, can I just mention that Leyline, as the battle's over, he's been stepping up. ADHD as well. The first half obviously was a little bit quiet, but now 9 to 11, within 2, things are getting closer as we speak. That round though, heavy ultimate investment coming up from both sides, and if anything, it was more punishing for Wheels. They just really couldn't get anything off of it, especially the Killjoy lockdown. You couldn't bait out the Hunter's Fury, and as a result, it sort of just got wasted. X taking this round so slowly. The shoulder does get spotted out, and Fulvis, trying to do some damage, comes out on the back foot. Same story again. 95X. They're playing slow defaults, and Wheels, if anything, it seems they are a little bit scared to be playing aggressive versus 95X. Heavy stack over towards mid and C, leaving still only Mega Milker's solo defense on A. 4 players now working over towards sewers. Mega Milkers, he has an Elder to get some intel, but they know exactly where he is over towards heaven. All it takes is for a Jet to dash up there and get that kill back. Not air as well. Oh my god, this Jet battle back and forth. It's non-stop. Shock Dart and the Orbital Striker does get invested, but Mega Milk is jumping the gun perhaps a little bit. His teammates weren't quite there. Active shooter now. The showstop could go huge. Fires it! Oh! Double kill dead on! Gets the triple, the quadra. He's on for the ace. Leyline takes him down. Now Leyline has more HP. Time though, wearing thin. The spike, he has to plant it. Fulvis just lying in wait. He has to be patient because now the pressure is not on him. Leyline probably has to stick it. But Fulvis, this is his chance to strike, but just lying in wait. He has less HP to play with. Oh, dearie me. Oh, and he held his ground steady. Leyline walks right into his crosshairs. That was a nail biter, but Fulvis did come out on top. Match point now for Wheels. Good man as well. He's gonna save the operator, the $5,000 investment. You can't let that go to waste. In this game, my god, it's really close now. But I think Wheels, they've managed to just stop the momentum, and they should, I think. Okay, they don't have this win yet. Definitely not, because look at the economy. Wheels, it's only Chizé with the operator. Everyone else, you can't afford to buy anything. 95X, their economy has been strong for the entirety of the second half. It's already 5 rounds now. Earlier on, back to back, they ain't struggling at all. 3 ultimates as well to work with. If anything, if their economy did struggle, air, just buy for someone else and pop up the blades. Beja, Neural Theft hasn't been used once this second half, I think. And Burke, Cosmic Divide, his second one now. I'm hoping they do use it to close the gap, because they need every advantage now. You can't afford to bleed any more rounds. Okay, finally, this is good. Wheels starting to go on the aggressive here. Although Chizé, just don't bite off more than you can chew. Because... Oh, 95X, they tend to have this habit of going over towards A. They know Chizé's there now, and they're falling off, so this could actually be playing into Wheels' hands. I am rather surprised at what just happened.
You want to get out of my way.
Cosmic Divide, and they're sort of playing into Wheels' hands, although not many players are on the C sites. He Molly buys a little bit more time, does some damage to ADHD, flashes himself, going for the plant and the B, relying away right next to the Jet. Oh, air gets taken down. 1-for-1 trades on site. It's Wall Street for the time being. Shock Dart to come through. Clean! Okay, it actually misses actually. But active shooter now with the paint shells, it keeps the attackers at bay for the time being. Burke has worked onto the site. Fulvis over from garage, the execution. And they're staring at match point, and Wheels off of an eco of sorts. They have the advantage. There is still the operator in the hands of Chizé. Fulvis has a rifle, down to Beja now. 1v3, 24 HP. 8 bullets currently. Oh no. 20 seconds. All the debuffs are weighing on him. Okay, he gets that 1 kill unpunished. It's still doable, but he has to go fast. 10 seconds. Time is wearing thin. He shoots that. And look at Wheels, they're so disciplined. They're not going for the kills, they're just lying in wait. Active shooter. Yep, confirms it. A single shot in between the ribcage and 13-9. This game came close, but it couldn't go all the way into overtime. Well done, though, by 95X. They definitely put up a really good fight there, especially in the second half. But unfortunately, it took that single round down to that one-on-one by Fulvis. Absolute nail-biter for Wheels to come out on top. Alright, looking at the scoreboard, 13-9. Active shooter, 25 kills. Nicely done. But 95X, I can't help but think they really pulled their pants together in the second half. Great teamwork coming out from both teams, by the way. But I think Wheels, they've really evolved from their LPL open days, and they are, instead of playing more aggressive, starting to play a little bit more disciplined, and things are working out in their favor. Alright guys, now back to me. That's map 1. Oh dear me, the camera's stuck, so I'll have to reset that. Okay. Alright, look, the point is... Right. Map 1's done. We're going for a short breather before map 2 comes in. I think it's bind. So guys, don't go away just yet. Let me reset the graphics. I'll see you guys soon. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Unfortunately, Crash, he did have to duck, but once again, huge shout out to him for helping me observe map 1, at the very least, at CrashOBS, your best Valorant observer OCE. Now, without further ado, Wheels, they won map 1 Haven. Now will be map 2 Bind, Wheels on the defense, and let's just jump right into it, you know, because now when it's me solo, man, it's a bit of a haul, but we will get through this. So, into the Agent Pick Select, let's see it. Bind, probably my favorite map in Valorant thus far, at least that's my personal opinion. If anything, I think it's actually relatively balanced across the attack and defense side. It just comes down to the compositions and how well both teams play it. 95X, okay. They've already interlocked the Viper. I like what I'm seeing right off the bat, because Viper, you know, she's just become ever so much present in the current meta. So many sneaky plays you can make with her utility. Of course, don't even get me started on post-plant snake bites. It's beautiful. Although finally, they've chosen on both sides, 95X. Okay, I like what I'm seeing. You do have the Viper and you do have the Astra paired with the Rays. We should be seeing some pretty nasty combos to come through using the Gravity Well Suck, the Fragile, and the Paint Shells. And Leyline as well, of course, back onto his mainstay Sova. I'm expecting to see some pretty big utility plays. On the flip side though, Wheels, okay. Much more stock standard. Biru reprising his role as Brimstone, Mega Milkers, still on Sova. Chize back on Jet, Active Shooter back on the Rays, and Fulvis, Killjoy. Nothing's changed. I guess it's a bit of a universal lineup that works across multiple maps. Good on them. 95X though, if anything, they should, in theory, be poised to take the advantage for this map. But their lineup as well, it's actually relatively the same. You do have a few flexes though, airs off of the Jet onto the Phoenix. Probably somewhat preferable, I suppose, on binds, although Jet, nonetheless, still very efficient. Heavy stack over towards Hookah though. 3v4 actually. Chize wants to dash out. It has the frenzy to play with, and 95X is worming the way in. Great dig by Chize. He's inside the Cloudburst and dashing away. Manages to escape relatively unscathed. Well done. Although for the rest of the team, it's an absolute brawl on sight. Finally, the jumping on. Burke takes down Chize. And now the last two defenders over towards Long there. Mega Milkers chimes around and gets one. ADHD looks the wrong way, gets the dink at the very least, but Mega Milkers saves his life. Fulvis from behind, chiming in, trying to get a few kills. That's just not enough because the spike is down, and the heals come through from air, and the Molly forces him out of the angle, has to swing. He will get taken down, all down to Burke, 1 on 3. Burns a little bit, 58 HP. This is going to be monumental. That was a nasty flick though, but Active Shooter, quick on the trade. Yeesh! Not bad, not bad.
It is over.
$95X? Okay. I like the idea. But they just couldn't come out on top in those engagements, and especially one player I had to slightly criticize there was jumping into Octagon out long. I think that was a little bit too much, because you were jumping through a smoke, right? You didn't fully clear the angles, and you couldn't even get a kill. You did damage, but it wasn't enough to secure the kill. As a result, I think that may have changed the swing of the round.
Revealing area.
Boombot from ADHD again. He does get spotted though, but it will be the SMG buy coming out for Wheels. They have the advantage. They're just holding, lying in wait. Fulvis playing off of his utility, swings. Doesn't really get anything out of it though. Gets a dink to the head as a result. Alarm Buck have to chime in and bail him out, as well as changing positions with Chize. But however, look at this, Biru is already flanked, and the orb over towards B has been taken though. Burke, oh my god! Chize taking advantage of the TP, strikes, and now it's all down to Burke. 1v4. Mega Milkers, he doesn't stop, he holds down W, runs out of the TP, straight over towards A main there, gets that kill. $95X, okay. You lost the first 2 rounds, but that's okay, because you can full buy into this. Burke, 1 off of the Cosmic Divide. Now, on the attack side, it has more uses, I reckon, than on defense. To an extent, although being on binds, I think your options are limited somewhat. It's more Astra's mainstay utility that I think is more impactful on a map like Bind. And over towards B there, we didn't catch it, but the ult orb was taken by the Sova, I think Mega Milkers, and that secures over the Hunter's Fury. We're going to have to come through for the attackers. Let's just slowly work their default. They have the better guns, expecting perhaps Wheels on defense to make some crazy aggressive play here. It's not happening, which is good. They're being disciplined, lying in wait. Active Shooter has the Judge in hand as well. This should be relatively easy for him to lock down the angle, sorry. Finally, the take comes out. ADHD leading the charge. He did manage to take a little bit of damage off of Fulvis, but U-Haul still under the control of defenders. Active Shooter about to strike. One pump takes down Beja. Great start. Looking to get the rifle, and though it's quite hard to pick up, and ADHD just working his way onto the site, picking up frags left, right, and center. Biru. Molly line up over towards default though. A second too late. And one bounce, and he gets nothing. Only for the Judge to play with. Okay, swaps out to a Spectre. Has a chance to do some damage now, but won't be easy. So far, this buy round for 95X working out really well. Air wants to secure that final kill despite already having the run it back. And Beery just trying to do something, but he's running out of ammo. One more spare magazine. And it will be Air finally with the swing to take the kill. Triple! And 95X, they put their first round on the board. Oh, I wouldn't really say that bonus was bad from Wheels, but they got 2 kills, and that was it. It's okay. They did some damage, but 95X, maybe in the long run, that may come back to bite them. As you can see, 2 players really low economy-wise, Air and Leyline, close to 0. And it's a full buy coming out from Wheels Chizay with the operator, angled over towards B long. Shock dart. I mean, Recon, they know exactly where Burke is. Burke, however, has a sharper shot. Oh my god, what a takedown. Chizay, that's so punishing. Your $5,000 investment already gone. Fulvis, same old story. Trying to play off of his utility to swing. Gets nothing though. Well, it's Mega Milkers, I think, with a ping. Catches out Burke. And Spaja to go down from Active Shooter. The A site take just slowed down for the time being. Error though. Run it back as it pops, working his way on site. He knows there's probably 2 players over towards Hookah. Great hot hands though. I want to see if it's actually burning them. Okay, it does miss, just briefly. Fulvis, after the strong swing, after the boom bot, takes advantage of the ADHD, put the gun again. Shock dart, and Fulvis dodges it expertly. 2v2 essentially on the A main. Fulvis gets 1, but bear in mind, Active Shooter is still there to perhaps straight back. He was blinded of all things. The attackers, the onus is on them now. They have to trade back, which indeed Air does. He's still with his teammate Burke there. But the spike, it's still down towards A main. 2v2 and Wheels just really playing the slow. Biru, the operator. You have to be checking close as Active Shooter takes down Burke. 1v2 now. Air. Oh! You would think he had the advantage, but Biru locking the angle down, gets the clean flick, and down he goes, 3-1. Wheels, they regain the momentum. Of course, have some money to work with, rebuying into this round. Fulvis, the Killjoy lockdown, bear that in mind as well. I like it. Probably going to use it to retake a site, either A or B, although I can't help but think that's probably more impactful over towards B. On the A side, there's limited places in which you can use it. If you do want to use it though, you sort of have to get into U-Haul. Over from a defender spawn, it's possible, just quite hard. Chizay, same old story, operator out again. Big gun trying to lock down B long, but no one's peeking. Nebula's up, and Chizay, he's going to be forced away. Oh no, Chizay still locking down the angle. Great flick, takes an ADHD. I'm pretty sure he saw a second player as well. Over towards Showers, 1-on-1 trades, but it's overall Wheels who comes out on top. Silence now. 95X. They don't have the spike in their position, in their possession currently. Just waiting to see what Wheels does. Perhaps if they over-aggress or something. But Chizay, yep, once again, discipline. They're being patient, just waiting. They already have the man advantage. They don't have to peek anymore. Astra start, all the util being dumped over towards A, trying to bait out a rotation, but Leyline picked up the gun and that made noise. I'm pretty sure Chize is just lying in wait now. He's the angle lockdown. This is going to be so punishing.
30 seconds.
One swing, gets that kill. And look, Beeroo was there to chime in as well. A double. And, oh, dearie me, Wheels. Just patience. They're forcing 95X to aggress into them. Sorry, had to let my dog out of the room briefly. 95X, okay, you're down by 3, and now you have money to reinvest. Burke, the Cosmic Divide still available. Leyline, 1 off of the Hunter's Fury. They should be looking to secure him the ult orb over towards Showers. Meanwhile, Beeroo trying to lock down the angle. Fulvis does get exposed, and Chize chimes in first. Sharp shot takes down Beja over towards A main. He switched up his positioning. And there's the ultimate I was talking about. Leyline, I think he faked it initially. Or did Air take it? No. Leyline, he will take it at the end of the day. Hunter's Fury available.
Right here.
But they have lost a player. Well, with the defense now, the operator has been shifted over towards B. And 95X, all the plays, the last 4, are so split apart, they can't really go for the trades. So if they can go for an individual hero play, it's going to get punished heavily. It does seem like they want to work over towards B, and Chize wants to get an operator. It's been shifted over here. I just want to re-emphasize that.
You are divided.
Cosmic Divide and Chize. Yep, sharp flick. Knows exactly where the raise is. Shows them to come through. But what is Leyline to get the initial frag? ADHD though, point blank, misses the shot. Next door neighbors with the Mega Milk. As Mega Milker is to come out on top. Oh, the spike is down, but Leyline has to do it all. Backs right into Beeroo. Easy kill and Wheels. 5-1 now. Really heavy investment round there by 95X, and they just could not crack the defense, and they could not come out in terms of kills. 2 ultimates, was it 2? No, 1 ultimate being, no, 2 ultimates indeed being invested. Showstopper didn't really amount to much, and if anything, the Cosmic Divide, it worked against 95X. That's why, you know, I was saying earlier on that Astra utility, Cosmic Divide, yes, it's great, but however, on a map like Bind, slightly finicky, because when you use your ultimate, it's only a straight line and it's very limited places in which you can do it. You can perhaps angle it to cover off, say, Hookah and Long, but then again, when you're on the attack side, I don't really think you would want Hookah and Long covered off. It's great for retakes though, I'll say that at the very least. Okay, aggression over towards A. Active shooter pops the showstopper. Easy kill. Oh, Beja's been eliminated, blown up completely. Fulvis over towards Showers, locking the angle down. And ADHD, he's gonna have to shoot the boom bot, but no, it's the orbital strike. A single dunk on the head and gets taken care of. Burke lying inside this smoke. I do think the active shooter, once the smoke clears, he'll be able to get the frag. It's a pretty good idea where the players are. The jump as well from Burke, who had to escape. But now the attackers, they're chiming in. Beeroo on the flank goes down to Leyline, but Leyline gets a second for himself. Has to get a third, misses the shot. Active shooter finally gets retribution. But Wheels, 6-1, man. They're starting to run away with this game. At least we know they can't lose on this first half. Wheels, at least. And now it's all 95X's game. They have to strike back, otherwise it's going to be a 2-0. Chize back on the operator again. 95X though. Oh, they're struggling. And Beja as well, pulling a James Bond 007. Active shooter over towards A main. I thought he was trying to go a little bit aggressive, and instead he does fall back. Smarter play. You don't want to lose a player early on. Fulvis, same old angle, trying to play with his util. It's interesting to see Killjoy over towards A, and in fact Killjoy on Bind in general, as he does get pushed out of the angle. Burke capitalizes, gets the kill. Poison Orb goes down, active shooter, great flip, but Burke was already lying in wait for the trade. Hunter's Fury now, Mega Milker, some damage, the best he can hope for. Does tag 1, gets the kill into air, and that's 3-on-3. Although Beja now you are in your Viper's Pit. But Mega Milker, you have a recon arrow to play with. It does scan Beja. And Chiz, he's missing the blaze though. He jumps right in there. Beja lying away, gets the kill. Beja for a double. Mega Milk looks the wrong way, and Beja cleans things up. Triple. Doubling the rounds now of 95X. Active shooter, first player to reach double digits for wheels. And there's not much to say in terms of like wheels. If anything, that retake was a little bit sloppy. They sort of ran in there one at a time, and they got picked off one by one. 95X, that was well done. The A take was solid. They got the kills, they got the trades, and they even managed to bait out positioning from Fulvis.
Toxins going up.
Interesting lineup here. Toxins are going up, and nice. It smokes off Hookah for U-Haul, sorry, for the time being. Chiz8 rotated back over towards A now with the operator. And this should instill fear into the attackers for the time being. Oh, no, Chiz8, point blank now with the Phoenix. The barrel is long, and Chiz8, you don't want to peek too aggressively. If you do peek it with confidence. Yeah, he backs off. Okay, fair enough.
Nowhere to run!
Hunter's Fury from Leyline to clear a few angles, but they're not really pushing onto sight off of it. And as a result, he gets nothing, no intel, no damage. It just serves to basically bait out rotations now for the defenders, and as ADHD leaps onto the site, 1-for-1 trade, biting off a little bit more he can chew there. Spike goes down, when Chiz8 just lying in wait. A pick would be most favorable with the operator right now. An active shooter, Boombot to clear showers. They know exactly where air is. Dodges the flash, and air, he peeks off of it, gets that kill. Defenders once again falling one by one. Chiz8 dropped his way onto the side there. So many angles to clear with the operator. Great flash by air, and he's done damage already. Chiz8, the pressure is on. The timing, it doesn't pay off. Mega Milk does strike back. Mega Milk goes huge for a triple. Gets a strike back now. It's all down to a 2-on-1. Things have turned, but the hot hands, Evan's buying time. Biru, he can stick it, but no, he can't do it. He can't do it. He's running out of time. Wait. Oh, okay, he does do it. 0.42 seconds. I doubted him. I should not have. As Wheels, Biru stealing that round from under the noses of 95X. Still leading by 5. And dearie me, such a commanding lead. But seriously, the MVP of that round previously was Mega Milkers. He took the initiative. He had to go aggressive as Sova. Ending that round, I think, with the Quadra, his job was done. And then it was all on Biru just to basically stick the defuse and finish off the kills. 95X forced onto an eco. 3 hero rifle buys. But ADHD, you can't really afford it. There's still 3 rounds left in the first half. I don't know about this. Okay, they're hard forcing this now. They want to try and win the round. When you're down this bad, you need to strike back. Chiz8, they know the operator is over towards A. And really passive hold from the 2 defenders on B. 95X, they're trying to work their default in ADHD. Looks like the rifle buy does pay off as Biru bites off more than he can chew, gets taken down. Mega Milk is going to have to hold down the angle. Spots out one, great dink. ADHD chimes in as well. And the double team, they take B sites. A rotation has to come through. Fulvis, you have to kill your lockdown. But now it may not be the time to invest it too early. The spike being ferried over towards the B sites, and the Viper could go for a late lurk flank, but I don't think it will happen. Active shooter working his way past over towards elbow now, and this is when the kill your lockdown can truly shine.
Spike planted.
He has to be sure that no one pushes him. 3v5 on site to retake. Fulvis though, this is his time to strike. ADHD has the high grounds, backs off. Okay, Fulvis, he's not investing the lockdown. Really interesting. They have a chance of winning this round, though. Purple come through. It's against an eco as well. Active shooter gets the trade back, but they've bled players. Active shooter now 1v3. Being shot from 3 separate angles. He does go down. It's, oh, dearie me. It's such an interesting round there. There's 3 rounds left in the first half, and I would like to think that Fulvis was saving the Killjoy lockdown, which he hasn't used once yet in this first half. So, I don't know, man. I don't know what he's trying to do. It's 3v5. It's the perfect time to use it. You're down 2 players, and you have the gun advantage, but still. Oh well. It is what it is. 95X. This is their third round now in the first half. If they can get 2 more, it'll be the cherry on top, bringing it to a 5-7. That's decently tied up, decently comebackable. But knowing Wheels, they won't let that happen.
You are divided.
Cosmic Divide. I mean it's okay. But now it's 3 ultimates being invested. ADHD, just fire it through over towards defender spawn. You've cleared the side already. This heavy push coming through from air. He does spot a player in the back line. Doesn't really get anything out of it though. Passes through from Mega Milk. Tags ADHD. ADHD goes down. Just stumbling on his movement there for a moment. The site hasn't been taken. Spike's not down. And that's 3 ultimates thrown away by 95X. Although Burke lying away, he could go huge here. Great, nice flick onto Biru. Equalized. But now, 95X, they're starting to go back over towards A, in which there's no defenders currently there. Chizay, somewhat aware or paranoid, there could be a late flank to come through. I'm pretty sure they didn't hear the TP, but now we are seeing the rotate to come through. They heard the footsteps. 4v4 now, but it's actually Wheels who have the ultimate advantage. Active shooter.
30 seconds left.
Ugh! Showstopper gets an easy kill, and now there's a killjoy lockdown. Fulvis is going to force perhaps the Viper out. No, it's the Viper's coming out on top, but the players, they still get forced off of the site though. Beja has to go for a hero play here. Destroy the lockdown at least. Beja gets a second, gets a third. How is this happening? Chizay! Oh no, misses the shot. Okay, Beja does get detained 3 at least, but now has to swap out to a rifle. He's gonna get fragile. That's not good. The last was so long. He can perhaps stick this halfway. Another pulse to come through. I do think a single shock dart may actually end him. We're on arrow, and Chizay has no idea where to look. He gets gunned through the smoke. Oh, dearie me, Wheels. You know, it's just that management of the ultimates. It does not pay off. Now, 95X, okay, 4-7, and as I mentioned earlier, if they can end this with a 5-7 scoreline, that's pretty decent territory for a comeback. But if it happens, that's another question entirely. Active shooter and Fulvis, they're starting to be a little bit more aggressive now on the defense. Great shot by Fulvis, takes down ADHD, but he's still going for more. Swaps out to a classic, and that was the undoing of him. 1-for-1 trades. I don't know. You get that initial frag. Sometimes it's best to just fall back and play the man advantage despite having worse with guns. You can't get greedy trying to go for more or trying to upgrade your gun. Although, a flank has happened from Biru and Chizay. But look at this. Burke, he's somewhat aware. Oh, but Chizay had the sharpest shot. Clean shot, takes down Burke. Biru. Yeah, finally chooses the right time to strike. Air is dead now. 95X. 2v4. This retake is going to be... I mean, the side hole is going to be quite difficult. The boom bot brings Beja down to 17. Oh, dearie me. A single flick by Milkers. Takes down Beja. He was already so low. Lane line, 1v3, having to clutch things out. Okay, 38 HP. 1 shot from death. He's worked his way over towards U-Hole. They probably won't know he's here. But if anything, I think Active Shooter has the right idea. Turns around in the nick of time. The worst possible timing is Leyline takes his head off. Leyline. Okay, sticks the plants, and Biru finally peaks, takes him down. 8-4, and that will be the scoreline with Wheels in the lead.
Switching sides.
$95X going into this second half. Okay, at least it's a better scoreline than map 1, but yeah, make no mistake, they're still on the back foot. On the defense now, they need the pistol round, but once again, same old story. Wheels, I think they really thrive when they are on the attack. They don't have to play too around the bush, you know, playing too carefully on defense. Because a few rounds there from Wheels, it was a bit sloppy, especially in the round when they invested 2 ultimates. Sure, Active Shooter did get a kill off of the, what do you call it, the showstopper. But then Fulvis, with the lockdown, you know, it's just, there was no real value off of using it. Fearer, so much utility, he will get forced back for the time being. His teammate wants to join him though. Active Shooter finally chimes in. There's 3 defenders of 95X over towards B. long mostly. The paint shell just lobs into the corner, and it doesn't do too much, just tickles them a tiny bit. The rotation R is good. 95X, there's only 2 players on A, and they need backup ASAP. Spike to go down. 5-on-5 post plant. This is going to be so chaotic. Oh, dearie me. Mickey Milkers comes out on top briefly, but ADHD to hold his ground and gets that kill. 13 HP though. He might as well be dead. As Beery swings the corner, he takes his head clean right off. The body block briefly. He does get taken down. That ain't it, Chief. Cheze, that's a bit of a one-way smoke for you. Oh, trying to dash around, trying to use aerial acrobatics, and will go down. This even Stevens round just turned into an advantage for the defenders now. Leyline gonna stick the defuse. Active shooter trying to go huge there. Oh, he does go down eventually. And wow, would you look at that? 95X, they do take the pistol rounds. Tactical crouching as well. This should guarantee them a 6-8 scoreline. But however, in map 1, I think we saw Wheels eco 95X on the second round. I'm just wondering if it happens again. They've done it once, they can do it again.
Revealing area.
Same old story. Recon useful to come through, and they secure the ult orb. 3 players though stacked over towards B on the defense for 95X. A little bit of a difference, I would say, compared to how Wheels play it. Oh, ADHD. Oh, so much damage is done. What was that? In the Ares burst from birth. It's done so much damage already. It forces the players over towards B now. There's only 1 lurker in showers for the rotation. Oh, Beja, you're going to the wrong site. Air gets that initial kill. ADHD as well chimes in. Okay, a little bit too much there for Air. He aggressed right in there. Leyline, the shock darts, takes down 1. All down to Beeru. Only a classic in hand though, and not much longer for this world. Pretty clean round, all things considered, from 95X. $95X, this is the bonus buy. Beja with a bit of a hero rifle there, so he's probably looking to win this round because there's no jet, so there's no offensive like ultimates they can play with. Air, 1 off of the runner back, and could potentially use it in the following buy round because well, it's a full buy coming out from Wheels right now, and it should be poised to take this round. One would hope at the very least. I like the viper wall. It can allow the defenders to push right through. An active shooter, he's mildly aware of it, and that's why he'll spraying blindly. Well, they've worked their way onto the A site, Wheels at the very least. Beja wants to fall back. Fulvis gets 1 kill onto ADHD. And then Snake Bites, oh dear me, look how much ground it covers. There's no room for the attackers to plant. They can go for emergency TP right now because the defenders, they've rotated over. 4-on-5 actually for site supremacy. Hot hands from the defenders, shock dart, and as well as the molly. How does he escape with his life? Mega Milk chimes in. Finally, Burke he gets a trade back, but it's too little too late. Leyline. He's finally made his entrance onto the A sides. Good Nebula. But the recon arrow, yep. It reveals exactly where Leyline is. He's inside the Nebula. Honestly, he can't see too much. This round should definitely favor the attackers now. Fulvis, after the util, gets the swing, all hands of Burke, 1v4, has a rifle in his hands to play with at the very least, and if he saves it, it's not bad. It's not bad. Although Chizé may be too sharp for this. Yep, Burke, where were you looking? Looks the wrong way, and Chizé gets that flick onto the head. All it took was losing 2 rounds, and then Wheels, they're back in it. They won the first buy round. 4 players standing, looking really strong now. Oh dear, 95X. That bonus was your ticket back into the game, and off of a pretty devastating loss, Beja losing the hero rifle. The buy is going to be all over the table right now. Half armors here and there, a judge and a guardian. And Wheels looking to play default, just being really patient now.
Enemy mark.
They want 95X to go for some sort of smart, dumb, fast play. It's just not happening though. It's the Owl drone to come up from it. Mega Milkers spots out 2 players over towards Octagon.
Scanning ahead.
Recon arrows through. I do think active shooter. He's going to get poised to blast back onto site with the ultimate. They don't know that Burke is still in the tube. And of course, there is one Phoenix just hiding under the window here. Don't do it, man. The spike, it's nowhere near you guys. Indeed. Okay, I called it wrong. I called it wrong. This rotation is good though, because there's only one play on the A side, Beja. The snake bites, it buys time. The judge did at this distance over towards U-Hole. Where else would it be played from? Active shooter, the blast pack away, although he's somewhat in the snake bite. He's tagged up a little bit though. The rocket's running out of timer and still shoots it, takes down Beja. Just wrong time, wrong place. Poor guy.
Spike planted.
Soft over to the judge. He's gonna lock down U-Hole. Air sprays out a few bullets and Chizé punishes. Defenders falling one at a time. Active shooter, off angle, easy pump. ADHD is gone now. 1 by 1. 95X are falling. Looks to be a flawless round at this point. Active shooter, great damage. Off of that swing, gets the kill. And Leyline, he does trade back, but oh look, the man disadvantage and Wheels, they still come out on top. Double digits now, 10-6. $95X. You sort of have these sweating in your boots now. 3 more rounds, and I had to say it. 3 more rounds of Wheels. They'll take this to as a 2-0. 95X on the eco. They really have to manage their economy carefully now, because this late into the game, one stumble and that will prove to be your undoing. Okay, Beja trying to destroy the util, and Fulva sprays right through the smoke a bullet with Beja's name on it. Air, not like this, man. He gets tagged down so low, having to invest all his util this early on to heal. They know where he is, and now he pushes aggressively, trying to no-scope, gets nothing out of it. Over towards Hookah, though, we are seeing aggression coming out from Wheels. Still the 2-player stack over towards Long here. Active shooter. Yeah, catches Air there. Nowhere really for Air to run. Treading on thin air, as you could say. Cover on site. He does get one for himself. He needs a second to make things a little bit doable. Misses a shot. Spike goes down, and the defenders, dearie me, they have inferior guns already. 2 sheriffs to be precise. They don't have much more to play with. Fulvus has wormed his way behind the enemy lines. This could be huge. 95X is lying in wait. And Beeru gets the lineup, bowls them down. 11 now for what do you call it? Sorry, 11 now for Wheels. You know, in the past, actually, we made the joke that the wheels on the wheelchair are full. The wheels, was again, it's wheelchairs right now. I don't know. Basically, when Wheels, they were down bad, but this is much better. 11-6, very dominating scoreline, and there you go. There's the tactical timeout being called out from 95X. Their defense just isn't working. And if anything, you know, I think this tactical timeout was maybe been a tad slow because, look, in the first half it could have been used because Wheels, they already had that 8-4 scoreline. Now in the second half, 11-6, 95X, they have to figure out what's wrong now and never before it's too late. Time's up. 95X, though, investing heavily into this round. Their economy, once again, at the teetering edge of collapse. They need to win this. This round's super important for them at the very least. Not as much for Wheels, because they aren't struggling at all. But if 95X, they lose this round, they're done. It's going to be game over. Beja now playing over towards B with their Viper util. I don't know how big of a difference it's going to make. There's still only 2 players over towards A, and that's exactly where Wheels are starting to set their sights over towards. Recon arrow. It does get popped instantly though, so they know that there's 2 sets of gunfire on the A sites.
You should run.
Oh, Killjoy Lockdown, it does get invested over towards B, and it's just the bait. And as Leyline uses his util, destroys the Killjoy Lockdown, but Chizay over towards A opens up, takes down ADHD. There's still 1 player though, Burke. He has to go huge here for his team. Oh, okay, takes a little bit of damage there as he takes down Mega Milkers, 4 on 4.
Spike planted.
So there is still the util for Brimstone to play post plant with, the ultimate as well as the Molly. Ares works well to the side, but it's just not enough to get a kill. This is looking terribly dangerous now for 95X. The bleeding time as we speak. They have to get a move on. Cosmic Divide, that's good. Chizay once again, just before the wall goes up, gets that kill. No dash to work with though, so he has to be a little bit slower with this. 95X, they aren't daring to stick defuse just yet, and I think my graphics driver crashed. Not like this. Oh no, we're good. Orbital strike now, and Beeru. Oh, dearie me, that's so punishing. All down to the last player. Leyline, the spike, it's gonna explode. Match point for Wheels. Very nicely done.
Match point.
Man, honestly, Nvidia has to get their stuff together. I don't know why, but recently my graphics drivers, it's just been having some issues. Maybe it's a Valorant problem. Who knows? 95X, they lost that round, and remember what I said earlier? They had to win it, because if they lose, their economy, absolutely broken. They can't do anything now. Oh dear.
Get out of my way.
Two rifle buys, also being invested early on, but it may not actually be that good, because it doesn't really change too much. Wheels still working their way onto the site there. Great dodge by Chizay. Spots out the head of air. Takes down that slick cut. Burke, he's been exposed. He's in the corner. He has to dodge. And Chizay sprays him down through his smoke. 1 by 1. 95X are getting dismantled. And Wheels, the unrelenting. Leyline trying to just get something to happen. But he gets forced off to the side. Can't do anything. From behind, though, there's a lurk on Beja. The judge pays off. Okay, good. 1 pump. Takes down Chizay. That's a rifle to play with now. If he can get some more kills, that's huge. Okay. Now, ADHD. That was anti-climactic. He popped the showstopper. Gets nothing out of it. It's all down to the last player. Leyline as active shooter. Gets himself a double. And they end it right here. 13-6. Damn. Very convincing 2-0 by Wheels, I gotta say. You can see on the scoreline, 13-6, man. Up top, it's a sea of green, active shooter, Chizay, Mega Milkers. They're all chiming in, doing great work for Wheels. As a whole, I have to say it again, so disciplined. They played together very well as a team. A few rounds here and there, it got a little bit sloppy as a few of them got a little bit aggressive, and it punished them. But overall, just better than 95X, who just, despite having some nice compositions, agent-wise, they just couldn't really make good use out of it, especially Burke. He is on the Astra. I like what she's doing. Teams definitely make her work, but we didn't really see much impact off of her utility. A few times there, maybe you lock a player into a corner and you can secure the kill, but overall, the Cosmic Divide, what good did it really do? It didn't really help the defenders retake a site. It didn't help them take a site. It's just one agent that really wasn't showing a lot of impacts in this game. Not to step on anyone's shoes, but it's just my observation. Beeru, though, I want to say he's low-key my MVP for this game, because as Brimstone, his post plats were so good. He knew the lineups, and all the time his utility was providing so much impact. He wasn't really using the fire rate boost because he didn't have to. And my camera's locked up again. What the hell? Okay, I'm pretty sure right now it's a NVIDIA broadcasting. So I'm just gonna switch it over to my normal camera and just figure things out. As I look over to try to get an interview. Okay, it's gonna be a little bit budget, but hey, look, it works, and that's what matters. All right, let's call him and let's see what he has to say. It's Lamp. I don't know who he is. We'll figure out soon.
What's up?
Hey, Lamp. All right. So, who are you in the game? First off,
I am the Brim.
the Brim Bearer. Well done, man. I think actually your utility had huge impact in this game, especially the post plants. Whenever you had your orbital strike on, retaking the site was almost impossible. But hey, man, look, really convincing 2-0. And tell me, how has Wheels changed since your LPL open days?
Oh, a lot has definitely changed. Like our players have definitely gotten better through obviously solo queue, playing a lot more. But now our teams are actually coming up with strats and proper techniques and executions.
Right.
There's that kind of coherency. Before we're just kind of like a mess of 5 individual players, but now we're actually working as a much better team.
Absolutely, and you can see it very clearly. Today, what I saw, Wheels and Evolution, so much more discipline. You guys play together as a team. When you aggress onto a site, you go as a 5. Most kills don't go unpunished. It's always a trade. And overall, it's just discipline, especially map 1, I think, down to the very last round, 2v1, but you guys didn't peek at all. You knew they had to aggress. All you guys had to do was hold. Yeah, very nice.
For our team, there's this kind of fear that goes on where ego peaking, if we ego peak and we lose, the whole team flames you.
Yeah, that's bad.
Because there are situations where you don't need a peak, and you peak, you lose a player, you're down for the round.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, I'm glad to see that you guys have fixed it up. So how old actually is the average age of the team?
Oh, the average age of team is probably towards the 19s, 20s age, so relatively young.
Relatively young, but at the same time, great discipline from a relatively young team. All right, man. Okay, Beer, one MVP for the series. Who was it?
I would have to say Raze, because it's always a funny story with Raze here.
Okay.
Last time he was playing at an internet cafe when there was a blackout.
Oh, I remember that. Yep.
This time he was building an IKEA table to play on, but couldn't manage to build it, so he had to play on the floor. And still absolutely played off his mind.
What the hell is wrong with this guy, dude? I can't believe it.
Know.
Chooses the worst timing for these things. But yeah, man, like, I'll probably have to agree, although I think overall as a team, it just has to be a well done. But one thing though, this is a slight bit of criticism from me. Full this on Killjoy over towards Bind. What's the call here? Do you want him on Killjoy, or do you think he can be swapped out for another agent?
Oh, he's a Killjoy one trick. Like, there's no convincing him.
Right. Because, like, on Bind, I'm not sure if you realized that, but I don't really think Killjoy had much impact. Sure, some of the util bought some time, it gave you some intel, but say him holding out over towards Showers, right? Playing off of his util, it didn't really get too much out of it. And his ultimate as well, I'm pretty sure I only saw it maybe once or twice across the whole game. So once again, not a lot of impact.
He was definitely struggling in that game. Like, we could definitely see it, but one of the main things we're relying on is his mod lineups. He actually knows a few of them.
Good.
So that's why he's kind of, hoping for Killjoy there.
Would you ever see a future in which you can convince him to go into a Viper?
A Viper? Absolutely not.
Okay, fine. Fine.
The closest thing he can probably play is a Brim.
Okay, then can you flex a Viper?
I could try.
Alright. We'll see what happens, man. Once again, congratulations. First seed currently for LPL Evolution Group 2. And tell me, what's the future for Wheels?
Oh, futures challenges.
Absolutely, guaranteed.
We're out here. We heard that obviously #1 team is Wildcard, obviously aiming to beat them.
Yep.
So they better watch out.
So we can expect to see Wheels join the open qualifiers for stage 3.
Yes. We are definitely up there in one of the top teams.
Perfect. Well, I wish you guys the best of luck. And any last words, man? Any last words, man, for the fans?
Just keep watching. We're just going to keep smashing our way through the competition.
Brilliant. Thank you very, very much for coming on.
Thank you.
You heard the guy. Wow, I like that. Keep watching the confidence and the determination in him. That was Bearer from Wheels. So guys, keep your eyes on them. They definitely are on the up and up. I've watched their progress from Open into Amateur in the Grand Finals, which they won, by the way, and now they're in Evolution. I think that's how it goes. They may have been invited, don't quote me. I'm pretty sure they won, though. So guys, that's all from me tonight. A simple, quick, easy, and done best of 3 for Evolution, Wheels versus 95X. And as always, guys, if you like my content, you can give me a follow right here on Twitter. That's my handle, in which I tweet sometimes, not always game-related, but regardless, you can always follow me on my Twitch account, in which I'll always be streaming and always be casting a game. Everyone, thank you for watching, and we'll run a short 1-minute ad break after this ends before we go for a raid, so stick around if you want to support me just a little bit. Thank you very much, as always. See you next time.